everyone. Here you have the explanation in English of this week's grammar topic, that is present perfect again. Okay. So what I would like to point out this week is that present perfect can be used and is often used to indicate an action that started in the past but continues in the present. Okay, so it has consequences in the present. And with this meaning, the present perfect is often used together with two words which can be since and for. In sentences like, I have known him for 15 years, I have lived here since 2012, I have worked as a nurse for 20 years, and I have worked since this morning. Okay, in all these cases, the present perfect is used to indicate an action that started in the past but continues in the present. Okay, so in Italian, we have to be careful and translate these sentences not with a past tense, but with a present tense. So, for example, lo conosco, vivo qui, lavoro come infermiera, and lavoro. Okay, and then we have to translate for or since with the Italian preposition da. So, lo conosco da 15 anni, vivo qui dal 2012, lavoro come infermiera da 20 anni e lavoro da stamattina. Okay, in some cases we can also translate with sto lavorando da stamattina. It's the same. Okay, the important thing to remember is that in this case we cannot translate into Italian using a past tense, because lavoro come infermiera da 20 anni means that I still work as a nurse, and it's the same meaning as the English sentence. But ho lavorato come infermiera per 20 anni in Italian means that I do not work anymore. Either I do not work as a nurse anymore because I changed my job, or I am now retired, so I'm not working anymore. But either way, it means that I don't work anymore. Whereas in English, this sentence absolutely means that I still work. And what I'm interested in English is I want to underline the fact that it is an action that has started in the past and continues in the present. Okay? So what's the difference between for and since? In Italian, there is no difference because we translate both for and since with da. But we have to know when to use since and when to use for. Okay, since is used to indicate the precise moment in the past, the moment when the action started. So, for example, I have waited since 3 o'clock. I have worked as a nurse since 2000. I have liked pizza since I was little. Okay, with the years, it's easy. But you have to remember that there are other expressions that can indicate a precise moment in the past. For example, hours or moments, events in the past. So, for example, since I graduated, since I was little, since I got my driving license, da quando ho avuto la patente. I have owned a car, quindi posseggo un'auto sin da quando ho avuto la patente. Okay, so all these expressions indicate the moment in the past on our imaginary temporal line, the moment in the past when an action started. Whereas for concentrates on the period of time. So since answers the question since when. And for answers the question for how long, okay? So I have waited for 3 hours. I have worked as a nurse for 20 years. I have liked pizza for years, okay? I can say the same thing because we are now in 2020, in 2020. So to say I have worked as a nurse since 2000 and I have worked as a nurse for 20 years basically means the same thing. But we underline different aspects. So on the one hand, we underline when the action started, and on the other hand, we underlined we underlined how long the action for how long it has been going on. Okay. I hope this is clear. You also have an image since 1836 because since is often used in logos, for example, of schools or industries, for example, because they want to advertise the history of the school, of the industry, and so on and so forth. So maybe you have already encountered this kind of word, and from now on you will be able to focus on it and to translate it. Okay, I hope this was clear. If you have any doubt, please write to me, contact me in any way you can, and I will be happy to answer. And in the meantime, stay safe.